Hello and welcome to yet another video, and in this video it is something special because I'll be unboxing this massive box right here. Well, it's actually a camera inside. It's the Canon 1D Mark III. It's a really old camera inside. It's been out for a while now. Well, in terms of digital, it's really old, but if you compare it to classic cameras, it's really not old at all. This camera can be found for a really affordable price nowadays, and since it was my dream camera back in like 8th grade or 9th grade, around that time period, I decided to actually buy it anyway, and this camera is still really functional. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So the Canon EOS 1D Mark III, yes, it doesn't do video, yes, it only takes around 10 megapixels and 10 frames per second, which is still quite a lot, but doesn't have such a big buffer compared to even something like a 7D Mark II. So yeah, there's that. But as I mentioned, it's still one of my dream cameras to own, along with the 1DS Mark III and the 1DX and everything. So yeah, I decided to buy this one. It's 350 euros I got this one for, and it's been serviced to CPS, Canon Professional Services, back around summer of last year, and the shutter count on this camera is under 34,000 images, so it's still got quite a bit of lifetime ahead for the shutter curtain, at least. Furthermore, this camera actually has quite a decent weather sealing. Obviously, it's not as good as something like the newer 1DX or the even on the 1D Mark IV, because Canon really also upgraded the weather sealing on that camera quite a bit compared to the 1D Mark III right here. But enough with, you know, going on about the history and everything. Without further ado, let's actually unbox this big box. I'm gonna put it here. So, I have to be careful because this camera is only mounted on like a magic arm, and this table is a little bit shaky for that camera with a battery grip. So yeah, well, this box is taped together quite well. Yeah, okay. This is not how you should be cutting tape, but I am a little bit impatient. So, there's that. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, here is the box. Alright. Another classic of this box is actually this tab right here. The newer, like, even the 1D Mark IV box, they changed to like a center lock here, but you know, it's just a little thing to notice. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, this camera is, or was, my dream camera back in, oh, I thought it would be like an original packaging that would be much more exciting, but no. This is the gold Canon EOS digital strap. Like, what I meant by gold is the stitching on here is gold. On the normal Canon cameras, they're all white, I think. So yeah. But in fact, it's actually really well bubble wrapped. Here is the dual charger with the power cable, instruction manuals, okay, software CDs, more manuals. Yeah, I think, yeah, most of the dividers, original dividers, were thrown away. And here are the normal digital out cable as well as the USB cable. So yeah, there's that. It's the mini USB that they're still using. I think I can just also put the manuals in here. Alright, okay, I'm gonna try to cut this without poking into the camera. There's that. but this is definitely the one that came with the camera. Okay, here we go. The Canon EOS 1D Mark III. It's still in a really good shape. Just barely any scratches. And there's a screen protector on the actual screen. Wow. It's, yeah. That's the APS-H sensor. Keine Speicherkarte. Okay, so yeah, it just says no memory card. Sensor Reinigung. Yeah, sensor cleaning. So yeah. And a lot of complaints back with the 1D Mark III time is when, you know, this got loose quite often and everything. But I think the previous owner really took good care of this camera because, again, like, it was really serviced and it's now only has like under 34,000 shutter count for 350 euros. And yeah, it's a nice piece of camera. And I'm just still in shock. Like, okay. It also feels smaller than the 1DX. This is the 1DX. Is it really smaller? Yeah, it's a tiny bit thinner than the 1DX, which is, I'm surprised, and the grip is also smaller than the 1DX grip. I thought that, you know, it would be a similar or same form factor, albeit with a different handling on the grip, but yeah, this is just really different and it's so much lighter than the 1DX. Well, what I feel, actually. Yeah, lighter than the 1DX, for sure, with a battery inside. But yeah, I'm looking forward to actually shooting with this camera. It only has one joystick over here though, which is kind of a bummer, whereas the newer camera from the 1D line actually has two, like, dual joysticks on the back. So yeah. But yeah, the only other APS-H size sensor that I really shot with was the Canon EOS 1D, the original one, and it was really something that really brought me back to like the classic time and really tells me a lot of story about like how the cameras were behaving, you know, at the time, because the color was so different. It's more matte color than contrasty, glossy kind of color, if that makes sense, of nowadays cameras. But yeah, I really love this camera when I was in 8th grade. It's still unreal that I have it in my hand. So I'm kind of wordless right now, so I think I'm just gonna end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. If you want a free photography guidebook, absolutely for beginner, and it's absolutely for free. You don't need to send me any emails or anything, just click and download. It's on my website. Also, the link is down in the description below. Thank you again very much for watching. Have fun shooting, stay safe, bye for now.